for Layeredge. So Layeredge now you can be able to start claiming your drop, okay, which is the current price at 0.025 at the moment. So yeah, I think a lot of disappointment is coming in from this drop. Okay, so one of the worst drop according to many community. All right, so I think a lot of people are left disappointed. Okay, some say our word does but peanuts, and some are actually selling at 20%. So yeah, it is what it is. This project, I believe they have about 17 million funding by VC, supposedly to be eating quite well, but unfortunately things turns the other way around for the community, right? So nothing is safe, nothing is guaranteed, even with a good funding as well. So end of the day is depending on the project owners, how are they going to distribute to the community, right? So very important. Okay, so this first thing first with Layeredge. Then moving on next, we're going to see her coming in from Drip Protocol. So as you know, that Drip Protocol, I think they've been around since last year. For the one thing I can drop as well, TGE was last year. And right now, this is a season 2 drop. So if you have been staking your Drift Protocol tokens, you should be earning fuel, okay, which is equivalent to a point. So that points will most likely will be equivalent to Drift Protocol tokens. So I'm gonna wait. The snapshot has been taken on the 2nd of June. So claim page will go live in the coming weeks. So we'll be very patient with that. So I think for those of you who have been doing quite well with trading, long, short, building the volume up to get the point for field, then I think you should qualify at least a lot from Drift community, right? So yeah, it's all about volume game. It's all about trading genuinely rather than farming for points. So yeah, if you've been doing organically or farming organically, then I think you should qualify a lot. This guy got about 61.5 million of field, which is ranking about 225, which is quite very, very good. So I'm going to see how is the drop for season 2 is going to play out. Then next, you're going to see it coming in from Elys. So Elys season 1, okay, your rewards are in live, start claiming. So you're going to claim here. And then Airdrop.elys.network. So who is eligible? You can see LP, people who provide liquidity. And then for those of you who are staking your Elys, swapping, then NFT holders, right? So you're going to claim using your capital wallet or security. Again, with the wallet, right? So yeah. Then next, we're going to see here coming in from Gpunet. So the live claim, it is already open, so you can start claiming here. Okay, so for those of you who have been doing Questers Season 1, note holders, G point holders from testnet, then remaining Series A investors, right? So for those of you doing this, and then you might want to check your allocation here. You're going to connect your wallet. So I'm not sure how much you guys are getting. Okay, if you look at the comments here, I think some of them gotten 0, some of them think probably gotten peanuts again. Okay, so some say are mentioning that the Layeredge is quite similar like this project. So yeah, I think tough luck for this week as well. So I think a lot of people are not getting what they wanted. Okay, so some of them have been literally taken the right from the project owners. So we gotta be very picky, especially coming to do this type of airdrop, especially coming in with testnet. Right? You want to check whether is it worthwhile your time, is the funding have sufficient amount. Okay, do they have a certain budget for this project so that they can be able to reward community? That is the most important thing, right? Then next, we're going to see here coming in from Plume. So Plume Network, I think I've been doing this since last year as well for testnet. And then the option to claim on the mainnet finally is here. So for those of you who have been waiting since the mainnet of Plume, now you can be able to start claiming. I think they have gone live since Friday, or Thursday or Friday, not mistaken. So yeah, you can only claim, I think, 20% on your base allocation. Then the remaining will be vested for about 90 days. I mean, 90 days, it should be fine. Three months, give and take, I think should be quite reasonable rather than 1 year or 2 years, right? Compared to Mantra, compared to like Sonic, okay, it is quite disappointed with the kind of vesting. But again, if you look at it, 90 days, I think it's fine. So if you want to make it fast, maybe you can bridge, you can swap, you can stake in order to increase your speed to unlock the remaining tokens, right? But again, if I were to go for season 2, I don't think I will be continuing. If I look at the network as well, it's quite pricey. Costly as well, the transaction, I think is about 3 to 5 cents. So I don't think I'll be doing even for layer 2 for Plume. So I think I will let it go. I'll probably just claim my 20% and just wait until the 90 days to get claim my 80%. That's it. So I'm not going to continue. Okay, so yeah, you want to continue, you can continue, right? Day one good batch. Okay, there are a lot of activities right now. You got a claim batch, you got a swap, you got a bridge, and you got a stick. So there are a lot of activities that you can do for season 2, which I will not continue. We'll be continuing. Okay, because I look at the risk to reward as well as we are heading towards the end of the cycle, which is also quite a risk as well. What is the risk to reward as well? So very, very important, right? With your tokens that's been locked up, the 80% for 90 days, that is going to take into account as well. And then if you're going to take your current 20%, okay, to unlock, you will need to have another 21 days of cooling period. So these are all the risks that you consider as well. So yeah, I think the best thing is better to sell half and keep half. Okay, so since the market now is having a correction pullback, maybe, yeah, I think this is an opportunity. Maybe you might want to claim, might want to buy the dip, or probably you might want to at least sell half to de-risk your position for Plume, right? So that's my taking here. And then next, we're going to see here coming in from Don. So Don dashboard. Okay, so for those of you who've been doing this DPIN, so DPIN, I think this one has been around for more than 1 year. So you can start checking your dashboard. Okay, how much points have you accumulated? You just need to log in using the same email password. And of course, you can be able to start checking your points, or else you can just check using your extension. Okay, so I don't see there's any reason of logging into the dashboard. It's the same. Okay, it's the same. All right, so last but not least, here is some sharing for those of you who have been in Airdrop for the past 1 or 2 years, or probably more. And if you have been claiming this Airdrop since day one, and if you have not sold any tokens since now, what is the gains or what is the unrealized loss that you are facing? So you can see, okay, holding your Airdrop is still mostly pain. Out of 18 track tokens, only 2 that are performing, which is Hype and Kaito, are in the green. And then most of it are actually underwater, which having a drawdown of 70 to 95% down, okay, since the TGE price. The biggest losers that we are looking at is Evo, Omni, Wormhole, and Stocknet, all down about 90%. Only the biggest winner is Hyperliquid, okay, which is 430%. Okay, the only one that is really outperforming. So if you look at all this chart here, since TGE day 1 till now, you can see Hype and Kaito only performing. Okay, and then we look the rest here, we can see 93% Stocknet, Outlayer 93, 75, that Manta 8%, Omni 95%, Evo 96%. So this is a thing about Airdrop. Airdrop, I believe, is quite similar like IDO as well, initial DEX offering. So anytime when the coin launch on the first day, you know there will be a pump and dump. Okay, so the only thing is you gotta secure your capital, secure whatever gas fee that you have spent. Okay, whatever that you spend, the amount to claim the airdrop, is it sufficient enough to break even after you sell? Because a lot of people, they are very complacent. After they get the airdrop, they claim, they probably either leave it aside or they probably stick 100%. Okay, maybe they go full max 100% with full lock-in. So when things go south or down, or probably negative drawdown, 90%, or maybe there is some critical scenario like Luna, Terra Luna, or FTX scenario. At the time you want to withdraw your token, you want to unstake, that's where the danger is. So a lot of people, they do not make money or probably fail crypto investing or probably fail in airdrops because they are very complacent and they don't have a proper strategy. So again, like I said, the best strategy for airdrop, if you get it first time, better to sell half, keep half. So I always say, if you still believe in the project, you still really want to hold, at least sell half and keep half. At least take back whatever that you burn, whatever gas fee that you burn, you take back first. So that the remaining you want to hold, you can hold. Because after all, it's already zero risk, right? So yeah, again, like I said, okay, but again, I think a lot of people will be making the same mistake. So yeah, I think this will continue on and off.